Alright guys, I'm working on this 91 Firebirds 3.1 V6. I'm just trying to show y'all how to get this distributor out of here. This is part 2, distributor replacement. So if you got everything lined up perfectly, everything's at top dead center of compression stroke, you need to make your mark where your rotor is pointing. As you can see, I've made my mark, and all I done was I used a small Phillips head screwdriver. You can use a pencil, anything long, just as long as you can make your mark where your distributor is pointing at. Okay, so right now you need to loosen up, well, whenever you can get a chance to. After you get everything lined up and marked where you need it, then you can get down here to the hold down clamp and bolt, which is a 15mm. I'm using a quarter ratchet with a quarter 15mm socket, and trying to get the thing loose. You may have to have a swivel, you may have to have a extension. Probably better if you have an extension, maybe a 15mm wrench, just something where you can loosen this thing up and take it out. So that's what we're trying to do now, and it is a booger bear. So I'm gonna pause you for a second until I can figure this out, or try to get this thing out of here. All right, I'm getting it loosened up here. If you're thinking about getting it on the driver's side, you better hang that up, because you ain't gonna be able to get to it. So it's best to get it on the passenger side and get to it. You can actually get right to it pretty easy. Just when you pull it out, just make sure you don't turn it. I'm gonna try to put me on a extension. If I can get an extension set down there. Well, I'll tell you what I could do. Make it a little easier, maybe. If it'll work. I don't know if it'll work or not. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it with this here. Alright. I gotta feel back for you. There you go. That's it. Trying to find it. I might be able to see it in the video. Well, where did it go? There it is. Oh. It's not working. Oh, I have to put it on a swivel. It works best if you got a quarter ratchet, really, and also a short extension. You can actually get down there a lot better, technically. Maybe that ain't working, I don't know. Just trying to figure out which way is a better way to get to it. me pause y'all for a second. Alright guys, I got the hold down bolt off. So hold down bolt off. And remove the hold down clamp, which is move you out of the way. There's a hold down clamp. Goes in just like that. Okay. Beveled side down. Alright. This is where it gets to the tricky part. And please, you gotta pay attention. Also, I want to mention too that not only that you got to mark your rotor, but you're also going to have to mark where your cap goes, okay, where your cap screws down. Since there's really no place to mark on that, which you're not going to be marking on the distributor unless you're reusing the distributor. But I've kind of made a mark on the back of the firewall down there. It's kind of hard to see it. So it looks like a little smudge, a light smudge, like, look to it down there. It's kind of hard to see it, but that's kind of going to be another reference point of where I need to be facing my other distributor. So I'm going to put y'all back up here for a second. Oh, come on here. So that way y'all will stay stable again. So I'm trying to keep y'all as stable as I can. But before I take this distributor out, so I do not, so basically, so I don't forget which way it's turned. I mean, it's going to turn back. So it's going to turn counterclockwise when I pull it out. I'm just waiting on her to get back from AutoZone to get some engine assembly lube, because what's going to happen is I'm going to pull that out. I'm also going to check the splines in from this new distributor to that distributor, see if they match up. If they do, then I'm going to set this distributor according to what I pulled that one out of and put the engine assembly lube. And I'll go ahead and show you on this one. So if y'all can see that, didn't mean to tap it, but y'all see that pretty good, decently. I'm going to put engine assembly lube right here. That way when I set the distributor in and get everything tightened up and start the vehicle, it's not going to rub metal against metal. At least it's got something, some type of lubrication here. You can also use oil for that matter, but I like using this engine assembly lube. So that's what I'm going to be using today on it. Plus I got to pull the cap off. So when you get your new distributor, I got this one off carparts.com. Okay, so it comes with the new distributor, comes with the ICM, it comes with the pickup coil inside. Let me go ahead and take it apart real quick for y'all guys. These are Phillips heads, plus I think they're 5.5 millimeter in the sockets. And still got to come up a little bit more. So I'm just kind of showing y'all. of what you'll be getting as far as a new distributor goes, if you're not too sure about ordering parts and stuff offline. So there's your new cap. Okay, of course. And then you've got brand new reluctor, you've got your ICM, you've got your coil pickup. So everything, so when I go to set this thing in there, see right now, that's kind of where it was with the other distributors kind of sitting earlier. You want to turn this thing clockwise, so things kind of sitting there like that. That'll probably be like number 1, if y'all can kind of see that. That'll be kind of sitting there at number 1. But when I go to install it, it may, like if I pull that one out, that the old distributor may turn back some, so that would probably be my drop-in point. And then when I go to set it in there, then it should go to 1. Alright, so that's kind of a gives you a rough estimate of what's going to be happening there. So, but I'll show you when I get ready to pull this thing out and get everything situated in it. But right now I'm going to wait until she gets back from AutoZone so I can go ahead and get this thing installed and show y'all along the way what's going on here. Alright guys, hang on just a second. Alright guys, she finally got back. But when you go to install a new distributor, or before you install it, this is the stuff that you're needing to get, okay? So, alright, let's get started on this and hopefully cross our fingers and hopefully I can get this thing put together. I mean, I may not have time to keep videoing, so y'all may just be catching the end part of it where the car is possibly running. I'm hoping it'll run. But I don't know how much more I can do this. But alright, we're just going to pull straight up on it. Do not move it, do not turn it, nothing. Just pull straight up. And before I do that, actually I need to get in front of it because of the fact that I need to see which way the thing's going to turn when I pull it up. Oh, I don't like doing this, but I have to get up on top of the car like this. Fix that later. That's going to go counterclockwise. There it goes. Up and out. Okay, just lovely. This never fails. Now it's starting to rain on me. Great, just freaking lovely. All right, so you see it's sitting there like that. Number 1 was sitting over here. Let's face it this way. See which way it's going? It's early going straight. All right, so when I go to install the new distributor, that's how I want it. And the splines, you can take a look at the splines. The splines don't look all that bad. They actually look really good. So they're not boogered up or anything, so they look really good. Alright, so let's get our new one. Get this thing done today. Alright, we'll take the cap off of it. We'll just set the cap to the side somewhere. Now when doing this, I would do the plugs when you swap the plugs over, or the plug wires. I would do that the very last thing. That way you don't get them mixed up, and that way you can just transfer them right over. Okay, so we'll get this taken care of, and man, I'm hoping everything will go together like it's supposed to. Now this is not going to assume that the timing is going to be right on. I mean, it's not going to assume that the timing is going to be dead on or anything like that. It's just assuming that you get it close enough in the ballpark to where you can actually start it and put it 10 before top dead center. So our new distributor is pretty much like that. Okay, all we want to do is we need to go back, and I believe it's right there. Let's see, let's take a look at the other distributor. Okay. Ooh, I don't want to move y'all too much. Okay, so we can see, I'm trying to get it angled. Okay, we see that. It's going to be literally almost dead center of that triangle. And that's where we need to set this one at, is almost dead center of that triangle. A little bit off on it. Turn it again, just a hair. We're pretty much right in the ballpark. I think the other one kind of turned on me just a hair, but since I know exactly where I'm at on it now, open up our assembly lube. And what we just want to do is we just kind of want to just coat. I don't want to turn it. Right about there, I believe. So that's all I want to do, is just kind of come in here and just kind of do that. Just enough to get it lubed up so it don't basically do a dry start. And that'll also save on these splines from boogering up and slipping or whatever the case may be. I mean, you really don't have to go sparingly on this stuff. You're just coating the splines. That's all you're doing. And the splines look about the same from what I'm seeing. All right. Now I just got to get up in here and turning it. Get up in here and install. I mean, I should be right around in the ballpark. Ooh. God damn it. And you also got to make sure that the damn thing didn't turn on you, which it turned on me. Alright. A little tricky getting this thing in here. Alright, so I'm going to pause this video real quick. Okay, y'all. I tell you what. Alright, hang on a minute. Let me get you wiggled out of here. I should have done it while it's still on pause, but it's alright. I'm going to tell you right now. It ain't a fun job. I've got it dead on. I've got my rotor completely dead on. A little bit of finagling, but I think she is dead on. I re-looked at it and she looks like she is facing towards where my black mark is at. I put my I know on this angle probably don't do no justice, but I put my screwdriver on top of the rotor and it seems like it's lining up where it needs to be. Where did it go? There it is. So it looks like it's pretty much well lined up right where it needs to be. Like I said, this will probably get me in the ballpark, and it'll get you in the ballpark too, just enough for you to start the vehicle and get it put in time. And I don't even know where my timing light is at the moment, but I will have to find that here in a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video short and I'll come back with a part 3. All right, see y'all later. Bye.